I'm going to share with you 5 brutally honest financial truths that took me from being a timid, burned out woman trying to make it in a very male dominated space to a woman that is now walking in her power, who is now a wife, a mother, a 6-figure earner, and on my path to be a millionaire in my 30s. Let's talk about what no one else is telling you. All right, let's get right into it. The number one brutally honest financial truth that I have to tell you today is one that my mother would tell me all the time. My mother passed away about 3 years ago, and she was a strong, vivacious woman, let me tell you. And she would always remind me that no one else is responsible for me. That's basically the advice I'm going to give you, but I'm going to frame it a little bit different. When it comes to your finances and truly when it comes to your life, no one is coming to save you. No man is coming to save you and give you financial freedom. No job is going to come save you and hand you financial freedom. And the government, I hear this way too often, the government is not coming to save you and give you financial freedom. Girl, you're going to have to create it for yourself. And for me, that's the moment when everything changed, when I realized and empowered myself. No one else is going to give me this life that I want. And if they do, if someone else were to come in and sweep in and save me, at what cost? Because everything comes with a price. So what does it look like for me to set myself up for success? When I was looking at college, I knew for a fact that I wanted to go to school on a scholarship. I wanted to go to school for as free as I possibly could. And that led me to joining the Marine Corps and going through NRTC and commissioning as a second lieutenant in the Marine Corps. And the nice thing about that was that I was guaranteed a job right after graduation. I had benefits, I had stability, but the truth was that no matter how much the military was giving me, it wasn't going to give me financial freedom. That still took me learning how to manage my money properly, learning how to pay my debts off, learning how to live within my means, learning how to save, learning how to invest. I still had to do that. No one else was going to come to me and say, hey, you should do this. And honestly, when I first started my career, I was literally one financial emergency away from truly struggling. And that was with a decent paying job. No job, no system, no partner is going to come save you. You need to empower yourself to create those systems and create that financial freedom for yourself. Number 2 is that budgeting alone is not going to make you wealthy. I know we all hear that it's very important to live below your means, for you to save, and for you to skip those lattes and skip eating out, because that's what's going to get you some type of stability and some type of financial freedom. But what I had to learn was that the women that truly win financially are not just cutting back, because truthfully, there's only so much cutting back that you can do. There is a limit, but truthfully, there's no limit to how much money that you can make. Budgeting and being strict and being disciplined is important, but the women that win are not just budgeting. They are investing. They are learning how to make their money work for them. Number 3, and this is a big one, confidence makes you more money. Truly, it does. And I know we've all heard the fake it till you make it, and there is some truth to that, but at the end of the day, you truly want to know in your heart of hearts your worth, especially as a woman, because you're going to experience a lot of adversity. And not to say that men don't experience adversity, but as a woman in corporate America, or in, for me, the military, there are a lot of things and challenges that I have that my peers don't have. There are a lot of times when I have to be as a mother. I have a 7-month-old daughter, and I am breastfeeding her right now. And so that means for me, when I'm at work, that I have to go pump. And that means I have to leave a meeting, or I have to say, I can't go to this meeting because I'm prioritizing doing this for at least the next few months of my life. And having the confidence, because this is a huge thing, to say, this is my priority. There's nothing in this meeting that can't be an email, that I can't figure out later, that I can't do on the front end, that should stop me from doing something that's really important to me, to my daughter, and to my family. And it's really important to have that confidence to say that what I'm doing is right. I believe that this is the right thing for me and for my daughter, and it's nothing that anyone can tell me or say to me about it. This is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to prioritize. And that does truly come down to confidence. Where this is important with money is that being confident, having confidence in your finances, truly is going to depend on you being confident everywhere else in your life. So all of it is connected. When you're confident with your money, that's when you're able to negotiate a better salary. You're able to speak up and advocate for yourself. You're able to walk away from bad money decisions and toxic work environments. And as a woman, you have the confidence to stop just accepting anything that comes your way. When you are confident and you know your worth, things are going to come your way, and you're going to have the confidence to be discerning and say, hey, I don't need to take that position or that job opportunity right now because I don't know if that's the right work environment for me. And financially, I'm confident that I'm going to be okay without that job. You're even able to say no to a raise if it's not the right work environment, if it's not the right mission, if it's not the right opportunity for you, if it doesn't truly feel aligned. Being confident is what allows women to truly step into their power and show up to the world in a way that matters. There is this quote, is my favorite quote ever, and I did not read this, so we'll see this take. I might have to go look it up, but the quote is from Marianne Williamson, and she says, our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our dark, that most frightens us. Didn't read this first. There's another part where she talks about playing small, and I want to read that part to you. It's a really great quote in the book. I used to read that book all the time. Like, I would go out on nature walks when I was really truly looking for myself and trying to figure out who I was apart from my family. You know, I was just getting out on my own, just going through and graduating college. So just really stepping out into the world. And I was just trying to figure out who I was as a woman, what I believed in spiritually, what I believed in financially, everything. I was just on a quest to figure that out. And so this book, I would listen to it all the time. It's called Overturn to Love by Marianne Williamson. And in it, this is the quote. So I said the first part, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You're a child of God. This is a part that I want you guys to hear. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. I truly want women to hear that you playing small does not benefit the world. You being all that you can be, truly stepping into your power, it gives people a chance to rise up. And I think as women, we would be really surprised at how the people around us elevate when we elevate ourselves. Number 4, only take money advice from people who are where you want to go. I'm going to say that again. Only take money advice from people who are where you want to go. When it comes to any stage of your life, why take advice from someone that's not where you want to be? Not to say that they don't have value, that their perspective isn't valid, that they don't have something to share, but truly, if you're trying to get somewhere, why not talk to the people that are there, that did the thing? One of the biggest mistakes I see women make is taking advice from people that are just as broke, stressed out, and financially insecure as they are. Honestly, and I'm truly asking you, if someone has never built wealth, why are you asking them how to make money, how to become a millionaire if they are not a millionaire? It just makes logical sense, right? But I think that it also can be hard when people that we respect in life in general are not where they should be financially. And so we want to lean on them, we want to talk to them, but truly in this area, they're not where we want to be. So truly take that into account. Take inventory of the people around you. Are they where you want to go? And if they're not, find new people. Get in rooms with the people that have wealth. Follow them on social media. This is an age where we can be connected to people that we would usually have no access to. Use that to your benefit. And for everyone else that's not where you want to go, smile, nod, be polite, but ignore their advice. Just ignore it. You don't have to tell them that you're ignoring it. You don't have to be confrontational. Just thanks. And move on. Number 5 is that financial independence looks different for women than it looks for men. And I truly have not seen anyone anywhere say this. No one said this to me, and I really wish that they would have. I would have made different decisions, and I'm getting emotional because having started off my career as a young, tenacious woman that really had this desire to prove myself and also to keep up with my peers who, most of them were and are men, to now being a wife and a mother and really seeing and taking pride in the differences between me and my male counterparts. And when it comes to financial advice, I have never heard people truly take into account how men and women are different. And I feel like the financial advice that we're given is a one size fits all for men specifically. Honestly, because we as women have different things to consider. I'm going to break this down a little bit. Number 1 reason why finances for women look different than men is because of the wage gap and promotion gaps. Wage and promotion. And I say that because I work in a field where everyone's wage is the same. If you have the years in the military and you have the rank, then everyone's going to get paid this amount. It's very transparent. But promotions can look different because as a woman competing in a male-dominated space, you need to hit certain wickets in order to promote. And are you going to be the top candidate for those positions? Maybe you will be, maybe you won't be. But regardless, there's going to end up being a gap there because most women are not going to hit certain wickets. And I'm talking to a small minority of women that are in the military, and especially our military officers. The other thing about being a woman and what's going to be different than your male counterparts is having children and being on maternity leave. Depending on what sector you work in, maybe you get 6 weeks. Maybe you get 3 months, maybe you get longer, or maybe you don't get any paid time off at all and you have to just figure it out for that time that you're away. At the end of the day, for a lot of women, this is going to mean less time in the workforce and less contributions to your retirement. Planning financially should take into consideration flexibility, re-entry into the workforce, and overall be a resilient and abundant plan. And I don't always hear that when I hear it. Financial advice for women. I think another thing when it comes to women is that we are conditioned different culturally. We are conditioned to save and to protect ourselves. Even when you are married and you have a dual income, it's like, okay, also put money away just in case something doesn't work out. Always have savings just in case. And we're conditioned that way. And that seems like good advice, but the truth is that we as women are not taught how to take risks. We're just taught how to save money. And unfortunately, saving money is it's not enough. It's not going to keep up with inflation. It's not going to build wealth for us, which we are going to need, especially if we take time out of the workforce to raise children and things like that. I think that at the end of the day, a lot of women are conditioned to have fear around money instead of empowerment. I think there's also this element of being a woman where you have a high push to spend money, to live this soft life, to indulge in luxuries that men don't necessarily have the same conditioning to do. And that also means that we're putting less money into retirement, putting less money towards saving and investing. The last thing I'll say on this topic is that we as women tend to live longer, and we very rarely think about the end of our life. Like, do we really think about dying? Do you wake up in the morning, you're like, this is the day? No, like typically we don't think about that, and thoughts about that can be uncomfortable. But it's important to think about this and have these conversations. So say you are in a marriage and y'all are putting money away for retirement, and y'all get to a point where y'all have, say, 500,000, 600,000, maybe $1 million in retirement, but your partner goes first and say they have to go to a nursing home. Like, that stuff is going to eat away at the money, and then you're left with the leftovers because you tend to live a little bit longer. And these are things that, you don't necessarily want to have conversations around. It can be uncomfortable, it can be awkward, but when you're talking about your finances and your future and your retirement, you really want to consider everything. And I don't think that those conversations are had. I've never heard them be had. Not truly, not enough. For me, not enough to make sure that women are empowered. That's what I'll say on number 5. Number 6, when it comes to your finances, you can have it all, but maybe just not all at once. I want to be real here because I don't want to put a damper in anyone's dreams. Like, I want women to dream big, live abundantly. I want you to have it all. But I do also want you to not be discouraged if you are in a season of grinding and building. If you're in a season where you're growing your income or you're growing your business, or if you're in a season that is just meant for you to slow down and lavish in what you built. So many women feel guilty for not having it all. No matter where they are on this spectrum, they look at other woman that's hustling, but they're actually in a season of appreciating what they've grown. I just think that so many women have guilt for where they are, but truthfully, it's all about understanding what season of life you're in and just enjoying the journey, learning, making the mistakes, getting up, being better next time. Listen, wealth is not just for men. It is also for women who decide to take control. These money truths changed my life from being a broke and uncertain young woman to being a financially confident wife, mother, and Marine Corps officer. If you're ready to start building your wealth, drop abundance in the comments and I'll start sharing my favorite financial tips with you. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.